Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus. This Saturday morning, kind of early, I'm on this back porch and I keep thinking about talking to you about how important it is, the things that I've been talking to you about for over 40 some years. And I'm thinking today that maybe it's something that I have left out, something that I have not been clear on, that's holding you hesitant. You know, like those who are holding back on the taking the vaccine, but for whatever their reasons might be, vaccine might be an answer, but for what reason or another, they're holding back. And for some reason or another, they're you, the American people and people of the earth, or people anywhere, people around me, are holding back. And so one last ditch effort to try to see if I can square my side of the field. No, ladies and gentlemen, when I was a little kid, let me just take you back a little bit. I'm going to try to see if I can make it interesting to you too. You know, we all got some interest in lives. So let me figure out a couple of points to make a point. I always believed that I could do anything that anybody else could do. I mean, I appreciated. I was never a jealous person. I appreciated what you could do. It just was a challenge to me to do, you know, whatever the task was. Except sometimes, you know, like playing basketball on a team, when you're afraid to shoot because you missed the basket and people started laughing at you. You might not want to do that. But other than that, you know, growing up, I used to watch the teenagers go to the lake and they'd swim in the lake. They'd swim across the lake on the tubes and having so much fun. But as a kid, younger than that, I could only do the dog paddle, the mud paddle, you know, water on your knees. And I used to look out there and see these big boys doing this stuff, and I said to myself, I can do that. I know I can do it. So what I wanted to do one day, ladies and gentlemen, I went out there when no other swimmers were out there. And I had made up my mind that I was going to swim across the lake. Usually we do that nude. And I was going to either have to swim back or go back to the bridge and cross. But I was thinking about just getting across. And I threw myself out there. Never had any doubt that I could do it. And when I got out there in the middle of that stuff, something happened. I was invading someone's territory. I looked over and I saw a moccasin, and that moccasin looked over and saw me. And all of a sudden, something magical started happening. You saw me not trying to cross that lake, but trying to get back to where I come from. At first, didn't seem like I was moving. All of a sudden, seemed like I was running. I got out of there, baby, and that snake went over to the corner and curved up at me. Now, see, I thought that was something fantastic. I thought that was something fantastic. At that moment, I thought I had been able to master exactly what I had said I could do. And I had done more than I thought ever could contemplate it. I had outrun a snake. Anyway, that's just one little point. Now, ladies and gentlemen, see, that was just something that got my attention at a later date. Because as I came up, I was just like everybody else. Yeah, I definitely was just like everybody else. Wanted to do those things that most guys want to do. Find girls, and party, study together, and play sports together, and grow up together, and stick together. You know, we always want to do that, but then time comes we have to separate. We go off to school, stuff like this. I went off to school, and I wanted to be what I knew I could be. I knew in my life I was somebody special. Now, I didn't trip off it. I just believed in anything I engaged myself in, I could accomplish. And so it got me into college. It did a lot of, you know, positive attitude would take you a lot of places. So anyway, I got married, and I wanted to go to Hollywood when I got out of college, but I had been married for a few years, so I didn't go to Hollywood. Went to Chicago instead. And I started working as a counselor with the Veterans Administration. And I used to deal with the problems that the vets have with their own situation or their survival situation. You know, it was just, and it put you out there dealing with the public. You got veterans that coming from all walks of life. So you're dealing with people from all walks of life. And as you do this, you observe certain things within the various walks of life. But as a social scientist, you've already studied this, but now you are put right in the middle of it. And you start seeing things that affected your bringing up when you were a kid. I mean, really a kid. And I was raised by old folks. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't let me bore you there. Let me just stick with me just a few more minutes. And so I decided that all of the problems of our society, we had to fix. And you couldn't really ask other people to engage themselves in fixing problems if you wouldn't fix the problems yourself. And as one who was thinking like this, I was obligated to leave the Veterans Administration and focus on what to do. This is back in the 70s. What to do about making us a better society. This is my whole dream. Now, my wife at that time, this wasn't her dream. In fact, we were of the same mindset when we got together. But all of a sudden, my mindset switched. Hers didn't. And she had the obligation, she had the right to say, I don't want to have anything to do with this. And she said that, and we agreed, and we split. When the Ayatollah of Iran, when they took over the embassy, the American embassy, and I think Jimmy Carter was president, and everybody was thinking there was going to be a war because they were holding Americans hostages. I joined the Navy and went into the Navy, requested the Persian Gulf duty, and got Persian Gulf duty. My purpose was, if there was to be a war, I wanted to be in the middle of it, not defending America, but defending my love for this woman. What do I mean by that? I was hoping, I went in, that if there was going to be a battle, to get killed. I went in to get killed. Now, what does that mean? That means I wanted that woman to get that check. Whatever amounts of money you get when you get killed in the military, I wanted her to get it. That was going to be my last testament to her, what I really thought about it. But I didn't get killed. Can you imagine that? She didn't get the check. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, up to that point. But now, let's jump ahead. Let's jump ahead through these past 40 years. That's it, because I've constantly been out here saying what my videos and my posts have been saying. But I want to bring you to this point. My last effort for running for President of the United States, I don't think I ran against Donald Trump in 2020. I don't think I did. I was fighting too hard. But I did against Barack Obama and Joe. Yeah, I guess I did 2020 because it was one against Joe Biden, all those guys. And the reason I do that, ladies and gentlemen, is because in America, as far as I know, I have never heard a politician, I have never heard a citizen articulate a vision for America as beautiful as I have. So that being my case, I owe it to me and I owe it to America to say I am the candidate that can show you how we can work together and cause a manifestation of those things that you pray for, those things that you hope for, and show you how to cause those things to manifest. Now, if I can do this, what I'd look like sitting on the sideline. Now, you have listened to Republicans and Democrats over and over and over and over again. And you've received the same kind of promises, and you have done nothing but come to the worst point in American society since you've been here. With Donald Trump and his lies and that most evil stuff that we have considered comes from the pit of hell, is challenging your way of life. It has found its foundation within the American experience. And still, you have before you what I just shared with you. And what is it, 74 million people choose to stay with the lies and the deception and the con. And the rest of you choose to stay where you're at, wherever that is. And none of you choose the way that works for all of you. You say it sometimes, but none of you put any action behind the way that works for all of you. Now, this is the message. The message is this. You can have, with your choice, the expression of your choice in the proper way, you can have heaven on earth. Or you can have hell on earth. Your choice. And I want to say this to you, ladies and gentlemen. Don't listen to the stupid stuff. Use your own heart. Use your own mind and truth. If you won't stand for heaven on earth, how in the heck do you think you're entitled to heaven someplace else? Now, you heard somebody say you've been forgiven and let you in. Look, I'm not going to say don't believe that. I'm going to say don't settle for that. Don't take a chance on that. I mean, you do everything that you can. Let it create a seed destined with heavenly ingredients and potential. Create that seed. That stands a better chance. At least if you don't go, it won't be because you didn't do your part. Nobody's going to condemn you for trying to do the best you can. Nobody. So, I guess in essence what I'm trying to say to you is this. If you don't stand for heaven while you are alive, there's no way you're going to heaven after you die. I don't care what anybody tell you. You can believe what you want to believe, but I want to share that with you. Even those of you who believed in Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ says, I am the way. Sure, all of the material goods of the earth come straight from God. They were designed and prepared for your heavenliness. But the enemy of deception and lies and tricked you has taken it from you. And you don't know the truth, you allow it to happen. And then when you know the truth, you still go along with it because they are threatening to kill you. And you don't want to die. So sometimes they'll pay you to be quiet, reward you for being quiet, for your silence and your ignorance and all that kind of stuff. And in a period of time, everything becomes normal. So everybody's just naturally being had. Well, see, ladies and gentlemen, you might not know that, but I do. And when I come to you and speak to you about changing our ways so we can free peace on earth, so we can free prosperity on earth, so we can free freedom on earth, so we can free joy on earth, so we can free the fulfillment of dreams, so we can free ourselves to be free. And when America rejects that and choose something else, then all of a sudden it is America and Republicans and Democrats and Trumps and everybody that's choking me and holding me in bondage in this hell. Because this is pure hell compared to what I just shared with you. And you, all of you, you're the warden. You're the ones that's holding the chain. You are the ones that's capturing freedom. You're the ones that's putting in bondage prosperity for all. You're the one, all of you are the ones that's putting in bondage free education and health care for all. For life, so people can live. All of you are putting the chains on God's world. And I don't want to have anything to do with it. So anybody out there want to kill somebody, Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me your attention.